With former NFL MVP Cam Newton joining the quarterback room in New England, you have to think he's probably going to be the guy for the 2020 season. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar. We were just entering the Jarrett Stidham era. We had that mindset going, and then they dropped the bomb that Cam Newton's coming in on a one-year deal to the Patriots. The 31-year-old has so many years of starting experience. Jarrett Stidham has virtually none. You think he's going to command that locker room and command that starting role?
Well, I think that's the biggest thing that you look at with this move, Sierra, is that when Cam Newton walks into the locker room as a former NFL MVP, as a guy that's taken a team to a Super Bowl as an NFL starter, and just because he's Cam Newton, former Heisman Trophy winner, everybody knows who he is. The command of the locker room that he's going to have is going to be deafening. You're going to be able to notice it. It's going to be tangible. Whereas with Jarrett Stidham, I'm sure the confidence amongst his teammates is very, very high, but it's not going to be anywhere near as high as what it is with Cam. And I think when Brady left, the one thing about filling that leadership void that the Patriots players have talked about over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, is that Brady can just walk into a locker room and he commands respect. He commands your attention. He commands that leadership role just by being there. He doesn't even need to say anything. I think that Cam Newton has a similar kind of aura to him where he can just walk into a locker room and everybody looks at him and says, now that's the starting quarterback of the New England Patriots, where I don't know with Jarrett Stidham if that's necessarily going to have that same feel.
And like I said, we were entering the Stidham era. We know how the Patriots feel about him, or we thought we did. Bill Belichick made it a point to point out a lot of positives that Stidham had done in his rookie season with the Patriots. But is this signing of Newton a direct reflection of their confidence level in Stidham at this point, and maybe he's just not ready?
Yeah, so at this point of the process, we're not late in the process, but we are about halfway through the offseason program at this point, right? So all the basic stuff, all the stuff that you get at OTAs, all the stuff you get at minicamp, we're past that point, at least virtually, with the virtual offseason. So Newton is joining midway through that sort of program, I would say. But with Stidham, looking back at the preseason last year, there's a couple of things, we talk all about how good he is and what he can do and all the talent and all the upside that still definitely exists. But if you look at sort of the things that kind of give you pause, the ability to get rid of the ball quickly, holding the ball in the pocket. Dante Scarnecchia had talked about it. Stidham holds the ball for too long. He was in there for 2.8 seconds last year on average, which would have been the second slowest time in the league had he started games in 2019. He also took 10 sacks. Right. And he had 5 turnover worthy plays. So he was making mistakes. He was making rookie mistakes. He was holding on to the football for too long. He wasn't getting rid of the ball when he was under pressure well. So there were elements to his game where you look at that and you say, okay, maybe he's not quite ready for this yet. Right. Maybe he's still got some growing pains to go, some ways to go in terms of his mental clock and the ability to get rid of the ball quickly. And I think that maybe the Patriots looked at this and said, we at least need a guy that a month into the season, 6 weeks into the season, if Jarrett Stidham is not looking good and we don't want to get him out of there, we need somebody other than Brian Hoyer that we can bring in at that point to try to quote unquote save the season. And I think the comp that I look at here is with the Tennessee Titans last year with Ryan Tannehill, right? They signed him to that same 1-year incentive-laden contract as the Patriots signed to Cam Newton, and they got the absolute best case scenario because Mariota ends up playing poorly. Tannehill comes in and he plays like gangbusters, right? He has one of the best PF grades in the entire league, has one of the most accurate passers in the entire league last year, and that was just a shock to everybody, but it was a great surprise for the Titans. They almost rode it all the way to the Super Bowl. So that's the best case scenario, I think, for the Patriots if Cam Newton does start games next season, is that they can get that Ryan Tannehill 1-year wonder type of performance out of him, resets his market for him personally next offseason, and also gives the Patriots a chance to win some games.
Well, now I hope more than ever that training camp happens and the media can come because there will be some fun battles. I can't wait to see how Newton elevates Stidham. It'll be some fun training camp storylines for sure. But for all of our Cam Newton and Patriots coverage, find it on our website at clnsmedia.com and on our YouTube channel at Patriots Press Pass.